Welcome back to Zeno Page Builder. Today we have an exciting tutorial for all you store owners and aspiring web designers out there. We are going to walk you through the process of designing a stunning Shopify landing page for your furniture business from scratch. We are going to use Zeno Page Builder to build the landing page. Zeno Page Builder is a powerful and user-friendly Shopify app that simplifies the process of creating and customizing landing pages. So if you want to follow along with this tutorial, make sure to install the app from the Shopify App Store. The app is also available on BigCommerce, so BigCommerce users can follow along just fine. We are going to design this landing page. It is a built-in landing page in Zeno, but we are going to renew it from scratch. Let me look through the landing page. This is on desktop, on tablet, and on mobile. We will make sure the page is responsive on all devices. So let's get started. Here I am in the App Zeno page builder for Shopify, and under the landing pages section, I will click New Page, choose Blank Page. I will name it Furniture, and toggle off Theme Header and Footer, so there are no header and footer on the page, and click Create Page. We will design this section first. This section has a heading and text, and this price can be a text and a button, and on the right there is an image. So first I will insert a row element, and this row should have two columns, and on the left there are heading. On the right there is an image. So I will insert a heading element into the page, and I will just put a dummy text right here, and the font size, I think I will expect it 18 pixel, and the color is 777. And we will add padding on the left and the right. I will set padding here, for example, 32. Seem too small. Let's change it to 64. And the next heading, wooden chairs. The font size should be 52, and the color 333. Okay, wooden chairs, and align center. This one also align center. And a text right here. Just copy the dummy text and align center it also. The color, it should be 777. The price should be I can use a heading, copy the text. The color should be perfect. And the font size 32, and center it also. Then a button. I will insert a button element into the page, and the text is view more. I will set the currently you can see a curved border in the button, but I will remove the curve by going to advanced and change border radius to 0, and add some margin above and below the price. Oh, it should be 12. Perfect. And on the right there should be an image. I will insert an image element right here and click on choose image, upload the image. Here I have all the assets for this landing page. This one will be featured image. I think so. Let me double check that. Yes, it is. It will be featured image and I upload it. Here you can see the image tool show up so you can crop and you can flip it like this. And you can rotate the image also. The image is now correct, so I will just go ahead and click done to upload the image to the landing page. And you can see the left column and the right column should be vertical aligned, but currently you see they are aligned on top, so I will click on the row and choose vertical alignment set to center. It also has a fade background, so I will inspect that. I will find the background color, not here, here, copy that. And in the row, I will go to advanced. Under background, I will choose background type to color, and the value should be this. You see, it looks pretty good. Move on to the next section, the category section. I will insert a row first. The row should be a wrapper for each section. This row should have only one column. I will draw here so you can see clearly. This will be the row, and it has one column. And in here we will have a heading here, a text, and this will also be an inner row. So I will set this row to one column and make sure it has padding left and padding right also. Um, I will set this to 64. And it also has a top and bottom padding. I think I will set it to 48. Insert a heading into the page. Center it, copy the text, check the color. I think it would be 777, but let's double check. Oh, it's A555, and the font size is 14. Font size is 14, and the next heading, copy the text, center it, check the font size 26, 26, and the text, center it also, and the color is 777. And we add some margin to the heading. I think it will be 8 pixels at the top and 8 pixels at the bottom. And we add an inner row here. This row should have 3 columns, so I will set it to 3 columns here. And the first one will be, I can drag it here to change its size. I will change it to 6, so it will be half the width of the row, and the other two will be 3. You can see it matches the design. I, as the first column, I will insert an image element and upload it. This one will be furniture. But you see, it also has a text inside of the image. So uh, to insert the text here, we do not use the image element. We use the banner element instead. The banner is element is similar to the image element, but it allows you to insert other element inside. So remove this image element and use the banner element. Choose the image to the previous image and insert a heading element inside it. Copy the text, and I can change the height of the banner by drag like this. I think I will set manually. Oh, it should be bigger, so I will change it to 240. This one will be 60. I think not enough. We can try, say, to 320. Okay, it looks much better. And this will be 28. Set the margin left for the heading to be 16. So it is a little bit far from the border of the image. And now the other column, uh, they will also be banner elements. So I will just duplicate this one and drag it to the other column. Also duplicate. I think I will just design this one first. It will be a clock image. So I will upload the clock image into it. Choose clock. The text will be clocks. I think the font size is a little bit smaller, 20, and reduce the banner. It is a banner size I will set, and I will duplicate this one and set a margin top for it to be 16. Uh, you see the bottom border do not match, so I will increase the height a little bit. So not enough. I think it's perfect now. I also duplicate it to other column and replace the content. Lighting, accessories, and toys. Upload the correct image. It looks perfect now, but I think the font weight should be lighter. Currently it's bold, but I will change it to, I think it should be, here, font weight to be light. To the next section, we will create this product grid, but you can see the header of this section and the header of this section are similar, so I will just duplicate this section so we can reuse the header part and copy the text over. This section has a tab. You can see if I change the tab here, actually it will display different products. But since this template use the same product, so you do not see the difference, but they are actually different products. So I will insert a tab element into the page. Set margin for it. I think it should be 32. And the first tab is bestseller. The second tab is featured. And the third one will be sales. We also make them both much better. And this one should be bestsellers. And here you can see 4 products in a single tab. So I will insert a row element right here, and choose 4 column layout. For each of them, I will insert a product element. Choose decoration for table pen. I will adjust the setting a little bit so it looks better. The width of the image should be 100%. The heading should be 14 pixels, and center it. And remove the cut button element. We do not use it. And the price uh, 15 pixel. We also set it to bold. For the color, I will copy it over. You can also see the recent color we use. So just click here and center it. And remove the default padding of the product element. I will duplicate this product over other column. Now you can go to other tab and do the same, but it's a little bit time consuming. So there are 2 ways you can handle this case. The first, the first solution, you can duplicate this row, drag it outside, and then go to other tab and drag it inside like this. So this is how you can duplicate this row into this tab. The other method, you can just remove this sales tab and duplicate this tab like this and change it to sales. You can see now you have the product elements already inside the sales tab. We also want to set the active color for the tab. The active tab should have a different color. I will choose the tab element, and there is an active color setting. I will choose this. You can see the active tab now have a different color. Also, we want to remove the border of the tab. Go to Advanced tab. Under Border section, we will toggle off the border. And we want to center the title. Let me see if we have a setting to center it. Tab alignment center. Yes, it is. And we will reduce the padding top to 0, padding bottom to 0. It looks perfect now, you see. The next section we want to design this banner. I will first insert a row into the page. And for this row, we will need a background image. Behind it has a text bestsellers, and in the front we have a 3 columns row right here. The left column have an image, and the right column we have a heading here, and a row here, and a row here. This will be a heading, and this will be a card button element. So let's do it. I will first set the background image for the row. It will be banner background. And you can increase the padding like this. And insert an inner row with 2 columns inside. I will set this row to 1 column first and insert another row inside it. And set the padding left and right for it. 64, 64. The left column will have an image element. Here we have a heading element. I will copy the text over, change the color to white, and let's see the font size. It will be 16. Another heading, copy the text, change the color to white, and the font size it should be 54. Here we have a row. Insert a row below the heading. It has 2 columns, and the left we have a heading. Copy the text over, change color to white. 16. And we will have a horizontal line here, so we can insert a horizontal line below and set the line color to white. Looks good. And a text element. Copy the text, change to white. Similar to this, we will just duplicate to create the other column. Drag it here, duplicate the line, drag it here, and duplicate the text, and drag it here. Change the text correctly. And another row here. A heading on the left. Change the color to white. Let's check the font size. 32. And this is a tricky part. we want to add to cart button, we can just use a button to create that design. But the problem is, if we click this button, how can we make it so it will add the product to cart? So we will need to instead use the cart button element. But the cart button element, it needs to be inserted inside a product element. So in order to use it, we need first insert a product element into the page and remove unnecessary elements. And by default it has a cut button element inside, so we can just use it. And I will just choose this one. Remove the image element also, and reduce the padding of the product element to 0, and align left is okay. Change the color to white, and the button should be transparent. Button color I will add 00, so it's transparent, and the border color also need to be white. And we should capitalize the text. So I will go to General tab of the Cut button element, and for the text setting, I will change this to Add to Cut, capitalized. This will be shown out, capitalized, adding to cart, capitalized, added to cart, capitalized, and not enough to add, not enough to add, capitalized. Also, I want to reduce the space here, so reduce the padding of this row to 0, like this, and the bottom also be 0, much better. And vertical align this row. Okay, it looks good now. I think we need to reduce the padding of this row so it will be smaller. I think it's perfect. And the next section, we will need to design a call to action section, and it has a row. Oh, sorry. It has a row with 2 columns. The left columns we have a heading, a text, and 2 buttons. And on the right, we have an image element. So first, I insert a row element into the page, and set a padding left and padding right for it to 64, 64. I insert a heading element into the left column, copy the text over. Let's check the size, 24, and the color should be 777. And the next heading, let assume the losses are met. It's just dummy text, and the font size will be 30. And a text element right here, copy the text over. And another row, so we can insert buttons into it. The left button, read more. I will click inside and type read more here, and the color will be green. So I will go to general, and the text color will be white. The color will be green. The button color will be green. I will scroll up and copy the color. and the border radius should be 0. The border color should also be green. And one more thing, we will need this button to stretch. So go to 0 and toggle on full width. You see it's stretched out. And also for the other button, I will just duplicate this one. So we have a good start. Change the text to contact Earth, and the color should be dark. Button color, it should be white. Border color should also be dark. I think we need to add some space. Okay, I think it's good now. And add an image element into the right column and upload the image. It is basket. We also need to more space between the columns, so I will I will choose the row element and change the column gap right here to 32 and set the vertical alignment to center. This section is done now. Let's move on to the next section, the newsletter. I will insert a row element. And we need a background image right here. So I will go to Advanced tab and choose Background type to Image. Choose Image and upload the background image for the newsletter. I think we cannot use this background because if we use it, it will stretch out the whole row. Let me show what I mean. You see it stretch out on the whole row. So I think we need another way. This will be a row with 3 columns. This one is the first column, this one is the second, and this one is the third. And we will insert an image in the first column. The new letter form should be located in the second column, and the third column we just leave it empty. So I will change the row to 3 columns and remove the background image. For the first column, I will insert an image element into the page and choose the image. I will also need to set the padding top and padding bottom for the row to 0. The second column will be the new letter form. I think I need to choose a different layout so the second column is wider. Insert a heading element. Copy the text. Check the font size 22 and align center it. We also need to set the margin top for it. To insert a newsletter element, we use the newsletter on the sidebar and drag it here. It only has a email address field, so I will toggle off name field. The toggle off the label for the email field. Label, I will empty it. The placeholder for the email field. Your email here. The button should be sign up. Sign up. We also need to change the color of the button to green. Button color, choose green. The button text color should be white. And the button border color should also be green. Let me find the setting. If I change this to green, let's see. You see it also changed the border color for the input, which is not what I wanted. So I think to change the color of the button border, I will change it back to default. And instead, I will right click on the new letter element and click choose edit code. Here, I will find the code for the submit button, and I can just uh, add a line here, border to none, to remove the border. You see, oh, it also removes the border for the input. Let me check again. Newsletter submit. I think I will need to create another rule for the submit button only and move the code into this. It's look good now. Also, I need to center the sign up button. Go to edit code. Go to the rule for the submit button. And I think I will set margin to auto and display to block. It needs some margin top. So I need to add margin top rule here to 12 pixel. That is how you can edit the element code for HR customization. The next, we will add a text element into the page. Copy the text over, center it, and privacy policy, we will make it bold. You can also set link for it to go to the policy page, but I will just leave it blank. And now add margin bottom for it to 16. Process row vertical align. No, I think not. I think I'm wrong. Just undo it. Now I think it's good now. And we need a border bottom for the new letter element. Go to Advanced tab and show border and set border top to 0, left to 0, right to 0, and only set the bottom border to 2 pixels. And the border color should be gray. I think I will set it to 777. It looks good. And the last section is block section. I will insert a row element into the page as always. And let me structure this section. We have a row element here, a heading here, a heading here, a heading here, and inside we have another row with 3 columns. In each column, we will insert a blog post element. So let's do it. I will set the outer row to 1 column, set padding left and padding right for it. Insert a heading, but I can just copy and paste it from the above section, duplicate it and drag it into the new section. Drag it here and do the same, duplicate the title. And duplicate the description. Let me copy the text over first. Then we insert a row element with 3 columns. On each column, we will insert a block code element. Not this one, but block code. And choose the right block code, creative water features, correct. And change the size of the element. Change the image width to 100 pixels. Set the title. Let me check. It will be 24. The color is correct. And the font weight should be normal. Center it also. Below we have a meta element. So I will insert a meta element here. We should not show the tag. So I will toggle off tags. We also need to center it. Add some space for it. The summary element, I think we just need to center it. And to read more, continue reading, we can just type it here. I cannot spell. Okay, I think we need to center it, remove the border, and change color for it to green. I need to copy it over. And font weight should be bold. Sorry, so font weight should be kept normal. And remove the padding top and bottom for the block code. Now let's copy it over to other columns. I think we finished the design on desktop. Let me go ahead and click Save. To save the page, to publish the page to your store, you can click on Publish button. Wait a few seconds, and now I can click View Live to view the page. You can see, I think the page is pretty good. We need to add some space above the blog title. And some space here. We don't need to do the same for other title. We can just right click on the blog title element and choose copy style and paste style to other elements like this. Save and publish. Here we go. That is how you can design this stunning template in Zeno Page Builder. But now let we test it on smaller screen. This is tablet screen. You see it still looks good, but let's move to mobile. There are some glitches we need to fix. We do not see the space on mobile. Here, here. And also we want this row to still be 2 columns on mobile. And this row should also be 2 columns on mobile, not wrap on each other like this. We want some space here. And also we do not want to show this image on mobile. We just want to show the new letter form, and it should also have padding left and right on mobile. The blog section I think is good already, so let's do the change to the page. In Zeno Page Builder, I will change the layout to mobile, and we need to add some space here. So I click on this banner and I can just add margin on mobile to 8 pixels. I think it should be 12. But if we move to tablet layout, you can see the space also so here. So we do not want this. We want to change the margin on tablet and desktop to 0. So we need to change it again. So it will be responsive. You will see the icon now turns blue because we have changed the margin differently for each screen size. So you can see now it's responsive. If we change to desktop, it's 0, tablet is 0, but now on mobile it's 12. That is how you can change a setting differently for each screen. Just change it on two screen size and it will automatically responsive. And the next banner, I will do the same. Change it, change the margin top and go to tablet. Go to tablet and change again to 0. You see it's now responsive. Let's move on to the next section. This row should be 2 columns on mobile also. We need to change the layout on mobile to 2 columns like this. And also this row should also have a mobile layout of 2 columns. Much better now. And this row also mobile layout to 2 columns. We want to hide this image on mobile, so we choose this image, go to Advanced tab and toggle off Show on mobiles. I think the page is now much better and responsive. Let me save and publish it again. Resize the browser to smaller and smaller. You see the page still look good. You can see the space on mobile. And we need to add this padding for this new master element on mobile also. So I will choose the new master element and just add some padding for it. You see now it has padding and looks pretty good. I can set it as the home page. Let me refresh the browser so you can see the newest status of the page. You can see the furniture page is now published and we can set it as home page. And you can go to your store domain and to see now the page we just designed is now set as home page. That is how you can easily design this landing page in Zeno Page Builder. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit like button, subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Until next time, happy designing!